8 competitors, 5 fights, 9 house robots, dozens of weapons, hundreds of thrills,
3,
1 big
2,
countdown!
1, activate.
Let the wars begin!
Our last heat featuring the great Firestorm. Can they make the series semi-finals?
We'll go for the house robots, why not?
Also coming up, the featherweight final.
Absolutely petrified they are. Look at them.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Master of Mayhem, Craig Charles.
Welcome to Robot Wars, the 7th Wars. And tonight sees the return of one of my favourite robots. Are there any Firestorm fans in tonight? Because if any robot deserves to win this championship, it's Firestorm, who after years of nearly getting there, still haven't got their hands on the title. Well, have they come back with what it takes? There's only one way to find out. Let the wars begin!
In our first fight, Firestorm will be the one to watch as 5 robots take the place of 4. How? You'll have to wait and see. Then Zorro tries to make its mark with Agrabot. Also in there, Reptor, and the second, not forgetting, Ripper Slipper.
From Ballater in Scotland, Daisy Cutter.
Newcomers to the war zone hoping to slice in a trice, which is nice.
All right, you three, tell me a little bit about your robot.
Well, it's a tractor wheel and it spins pretty damn fast, and hopefully it's pretty dangerous. We've got some nice weaponry here.
Some nice weaponry on the side. So it's an actual tractor wheel.
Half tractor wheel.
Half tractor wheel that you've designed into a killer machine into that auditorium.
Yep.
Is this your first time in the wars?
It certainly is.
Are you nervous? Absolutely petrified they are. Look at them.
Stainless steel weaponry spinning at 1200 RPM, very compact, maneuverable, fast, very damaging. No Sreemec though.
From Langley Moor in County Durham and number 2 seed, Firestorm 5.
Has twice finished 3rd in the series.
How are you feeling? You are the 2nd seed. Do you reckon you're going to take this one easily?
We'll have to try. It is nerve-wracking in the first fight, but give it a go.
Now, have you made any modifications to the machine since we've seen you last?
We've totally rebuilt the shell, and we've done a little bit of work on the inside on the plumbing and maybe get the arm a bit faster. But other than that, it's basically the same machines we had last year.
So a 2-wheel driven wedge-shaped flipper, fast and manoeuvrable again, needs a bit of traction to push, but will be no pushover for anything, I can tell you.
From Haarlem in Holland, Bam Bam.
A grand finalist in Dutch Robot Wars.
We've got more Europeans in the competition, Ray! Now, what does your machine do?
Well, it has a very big axe that can hit
See
very
that?
hard. And the main thing we have is that we can rotate the axe. So if you get stuck somewhere, we can still rotate and hit the opponent.
They claim that's the most powerful axe ever in Robot Wars history, mounted on a rotatable turret, designed around a cartoon character. Very slow though, and will wham slam Bam Bam, I can tell you.
From Fish Ponds in Bristol, Black and Blue.
A new robot and a clusterbot too, that means double trouble.
Describe what the clusterbot does.
Okay, so clusterbot goes in as one robot. They're mechanically coupled at the back. And then when we decide to, we can split apart and got double the trouble. And these are spinny weapons here, 20 kilograms, so they should do a lot of damage.
Now, what happens if one of your clusterbots goes down?
Unfortunately, the rules say that if 50% of the cluster's gone, we're completely out.
120 kilo, 6,000 RPM rotating drum in each cluster robot, dual attach capability. Easy to push around though, and when one hopper's gone, as he says, the whole lot's gone.
Roboteers, stand by.
Let's have a look at the teams then. Black and blue with Stan and Jason Launchbury on the left, Bam Bam on the right, Eric and Ryan. Daisy Cutter there on the left-hand side, Graham Adams, captains, and Firestorm, Graham Bone and Hazel Heslop on the right-hand side. Old favourites, of course. There's Mr. Psycho in the arena, and Sergeant Bash too, representing the House Robots.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
What's special, you may say, about our number 2 seeds? It is brilliantly driven. It is formidable, it is durable, it is taking on the House Robots immediately, black and blue. Jason and Stan have actually fought before in Robot Wars with Mousetrap, you may remember. They've overturned Bam Bam's challenge straight away here, edging black and blue, one of the Clusterbots onto the Dutch machine, following through with a flipper, and Bam Bam on its side, toppled. Can they self-right, I wonder? There's the little black and blue Clusterbot. Look, it looks a minnow, doesn't it? Altogether, black and blue weighs 99 kilos. Altogether, though. Don't forget that. There they are. 2 little uns against the spinning machine that is Daisy Cutter. Now, that looks a good machine. Bam Bam hasn't been able to self-right with what looks like a sort of dentist drill axe, doesn't it? Rather spindly, I feel. And they're on the pit already. So that's what happens when the release was activated. Bye-bye, Bam Bam. Team Mousetrap, you just saw there, the back of the black and blue brothers, so to speak. Stan is actually Jason's dad, I believe. Daisy Cutter spinning away. Some debris showers onto the top of Firestorm 5, keeping out of damage way. And then levering black and blue towards the precipice. One goes, both go, all together, over and out. Black and blue.
Well, Firestorm burning up the war zone. They go through along with Daisy Cutter. Join me after the break for more furious fighting funsters on Robot Wars.
Coming up, our second fight, Zorro triangulates and cleaves. Pepteran flips, dances and weaves. Rippers all hit and miss. Agrabot a tumble and a fumble. Who will win our second rumble? Welcome back. We've already seen the number 2 seeds Firestorm safely through to the second round of our last heat, along with Daisy Cutter, as they divided to rule.
Welcome back to Robot Wars. We're revving up for the second fight of the night. 4 new robots, only 2 can survive. Bring on the brave.
From Drybrook in Gloucestershire, Reptiron II
has fought in 2 previous wars without any real success.
What does Reptiron II do?
It's got a big lifter on the front, hopefully get them over the fence. And we've got a disc on the back to break them if they don't go over the fence.
Tactics?
Yes.
You've got some good. What other?
Go after the spinner first, I think. That's going to be the most dangerous one, so get that one out of the way and then start on the others, I think.
A 4-wheel drive aluminium monocoque with polycarbonate and steel armour, multiple weapons, a lifter and a 4,000 RPM spinning disc, but previously unreliable.
From Newcastle in Staffordshire, Ripper.
The team fought in the 5th Wars with T-Bone, which lost in round 1 of its heat.
Rip by the flip out. How good is he?
He's brilliant. Brilliant.
What is he powered by?
Powered by 2 Bosch 750 motors, same as everybody else, but we've got this gigantic flipper on the front. So he's running at low pressure, 2 rams, whereas everyone else uses 1, so hoping to get all the robots out of the arena.
All of the robots? You're going to try for a house robot as well?
If we've got all the competitors out, we'll go for the house robots, why not?
A low-pressure flipper, but with other weapons, an axe and a disc interchangeable, a unique shape with a clear top cover to show the components inside. That's sensible. Hang on, is it? It's not. It's not.
From Dorking in Surrey, Agrabot.
Fighting in its 4th wars, has never won a heat though.
You've had 3 more before this.
We have, yes.
What modifications have you made to this particular Agrabot?
Everything. We've got parts from the last Agrabot, but basically every Agrabot has been completely different. So this one is just more powerful, we hope harder, and a lot more fierce.
And what is that you've got your hand on, young man?
That is a pincer, which produces about 17 tons of pressure in the jaws.
What was that? A pointed wedge able to work inverted wheels on the top and bottom, horizontal and vertical cutters. It looks grisly. The machine.
From West Cranmore in Somerset, Zorro.
A new machine from the Ming Dynasty team. Let's hope they're luckier with this one.
It's a tri-blade spinner. It's a 4-wheel drive skid steer. New robot. Haven't really tested it properly yet, so it'll be interesting.
You haven't tested it in any battles, but...
Well, we have. We did the trials the other day, and we did Muller 2 robots, didn't we? But we just don't know what's going to happen. Anything can happen, so, fingers crossed, really.
Ah, senor. A 3-pronged, 500-watt driven spinning cleaver. Can self-right, stable, fast, destructive, but uses power quickly. Zorro could suffer sorrow, I fear.
Roboteers, stand by.
Let's have a look at the teams then. Ripper on the left, John Finley at the controls, Reptor in the second, Gordon Townley in there at the controls. On the left, Zorro, Andrew Cottrell and his family, and Agrabot as well. The Leech boys, there's Mr. Psycho, and there's Sergeant Bash too.
3.
Great colour and character in this battle. Who will survive? Ripper makes progress. Zorro looks distinctive. Agrabot backs away with the new weaponry. Oh, goodness me! That's a slam from Zorro's 3-pronged spinning cleaver. I wonder if Agrabot will recover from that. Zorro is overturned now by Ripper. Can they self-right? Agrabot is back in the action, but it could be all over for Zorro. Big Ripper flips Agrabot. This is tremendous stuff. This is one of the best battles of the series so far. Agrabot momentarily was wedged on the floor flipper. There's Ripper. There's the ref bot, trying to make some sense out of it. I can't. Zorro's on its side, heading out. There's Ripper looking powerful again. What on earth is Riptor in the second doing? Dancing over the flame, but Agrabot gets a flip once more. Ripper using CO2 by the second, as the seconds are counted down and out on Zorro. And Andrew and Alex Cottrell and Fox Abrahams are beaten and hammered by Mr. Psycho. Great costumery, great fun, but they're out. There's Gordon Townley, a Riptor on the second, piggybacking up on Agrabot in the distance, as the impressive-looking Ripper stands sentinel. Peter and Bob Leach, great fun as well in the Agrabot team, with the studs and the chains and the gear. And there's their Agrabot machine trying to get away from Ripper. Whoa! There goes Mr. Psycho, the ref bot backing away, and why not? You would, wouldn't you? Sergeant Bash in there as well. They want the pit to be activated. They just generally want mechanical mayhem. And Zorro's getting that from Mr. Psycho. Sets him up. Oh, that's unfortunate. Rather dratted of him to get away from the hammer. Go on, Psycho, give chase. You won't win it. Ripper turning away. You can hear the alarm. That means the pit has been activated. Agrabot away to the left. There we can see Gordon again, an engineer by trade at the controls of Reptor, and Zorro's out of it, don't forget, counted out. The Ripper expending energy on that. If it goes to a judge's decision, that may count against Ripper, although I think they've done enough anyway to go through. It's between Reptor and Agrabot for me, the second place. Zorro is twisted in the air. It will go to a judge's decision, it looks like. The time will beat the remaining 3 competitors to see which 2 go through. We know it will not be Zorro.
6.
Just because you've got a hat doesn't mean you're going to get ahead. No tomorrow for Zorro. The rest have got to go to the judges who'll be looking at style, control, damage and aggression. While they're making up their minds, let's relive the highlights of that fantastic battle.
Oh, it was tremendous, Craig. Right from the start, action thick and fast. Agrabot taking a blow there from Reptor in the second. Maybe just notching up a few points, but for me, Ripper was the more adventurous and aggressive. think you'll agree. So it's between the other two who go through with Ripper.
Well, the judges have made their decision. They've gone for Ripper and Rector on the second!
Confirmation then that Ripper and Reptor in the second go through. Agrabah and Zorro out. This is how they'll line up in round 2 of Heat P, our last heat. Reptor in the second against Firestorm 5. Daisy Cutter against Ripper. Looks good.
Let's take a break now from the 7th Wars. Throughout the series, we've also been hosting the British Featherweight Championships. And tonight, oh yes, it's time for the Featherweight Final!
What's the machine called and what does it do?
It's called Rampage 2 and it's got an electric lifter, so hopefully we might lift another robot and carry him to the pit.
Well, good luck.
Thank you.
Hello?
Hello there.
What is yours? The Principal?
Principal.
Awesome.
It is. Nice big powerful flipper.
Good luck in there, Principal. Hello! What does Whipper do?
That's a flipper too.
Whipper is a flipper.
Whipper's a flipper. Got to be.
Obviously, Whipper is a flipper. Is he powerful? Is he going to win?
Yeah.
All right, well, good luck. Good luck. Hello.
Hello.
Who have you got here?
Bernard.
Bernard. And what does Bernard do?
Bernard's a saw.
Bernard is a saw.
Yep.
Is he going to get saw in that arena? You see where I'm going?
I can see where you're going, yes. No, I figure with 4 flippers and a lifter in the arena with us, we won't be upside down for long before they turn us back over.
All right, well, good luck. Have a great fight yourselves then, Bernard. Hello.
Hiya.
Is this a little Ripper the Flipper?
No, this is Rip the Flip.
Rip the Flip. I like that. And how powerful is Rip the Flip?
He picks 100 kilos up just about.
Okay, how many flips have you got in this flipper?
Plenty. Enough.
You've got enough? You think you're going to win?
Yep.
Okay. I've got a lot of confidence coming from these featherweights. Oh,
yeah.
Little mini Dan Tonkia.
Yeah.
Okay, what does he do?
Pneumatic flipper, pneumatic tail. It's got about 75 kilos of flip on a 12 kilo robot. It tends to make him fly a little bit.
Roboteers, stand by.
There they are then, our featherweight finalists. The team's DTK on the left, Rip in the middle, Principal on the right-hand side there. And they're on the left-hand side, Whipper, Bernard in the middle, and the Rampage 2 team on the right. So Kilowatts in the arena for the house robot. Oh, he is mighty in comparison. Matilda is huge in comparison to our featherweights.
2, 1.
And off we go. This is for the Featherweight Championship. They battled their way through to the final. There is Rip, son of Ripper. DTK, son of Dan Tonkia. Bernard has pressed the pit release and thought about it. Rampage 2 there with the top bars. Flipping next to it is Principal 2, right in the thick of things. Little Rip nearly flings itself up and over. Bernard is nagging there against Rampage 2. Principal Flipper opens wide. Whipper gets rid of DTK. No, it doesn't. DTK self-right. Every time a machine self-rights or flips, it is using precious CO2. DTK in the yellow. There's Whipper in there once again. Principal, you can see the back of that. Rip just self-righting and then twisting and turning. I think it was Principal that was lifted, was it? Principal's okay now. Bernard in trouble and against the arena sidewall, and there will be no way back from there for Bernard unless it is given a helping hand. And it was by Rip. Why? Rip pushes Bernard towards the pit and gets dangerously close. Bernard comes back for a thrust. Rip overturns Bernard back into the CPZ. Don't forget the house robots can get in there. Rampage topples is okay. This is manic stuff, isn't it, out there for the Featherweight Championship? Look at the size of Sir Killalot in comparison against little Bernard. Rampage 2, the meat in the sandwich. Bernard thrusts off after DTK and turns away. There's the view from the control pods. Oh, what's gone down? I think Ripper's gone. Rip drove itself into the pit. Rampage 2 is moving on one wheel only so suddenly they start to falter and drop. 4 machines out there now. Bernard being edged towards the pit by DTK, 3 remain. Because I don't think Rampage now is fully mobile. They're being counted out. And that's a shame, isn't it? Rampage 2 for Ian and James Gillett. Prince of Ore spins as the inevitable countdown will leave Rampage 2 with just memories and no longer hopes. So then there were 3 and one of the others jostle for position. We'll get rid of the vanquished, leaving Whipper and DTK and Prince of Ore out there. And Rampage 2 on the floor flipper. There you can see DTK pushing Prince of Ore across the arena floor and continuing to do so towards the pit, and Prince of Ore has gone. And then there were 2, and we await to see how far Rampage will fly from the floor flipper, which is easy for me to say. Oh, that's how far! That's come down with snow on it. That was enormous. And the judges will decide between Whipper and DTK. Our 2 brave survivors, DTK and Whipper. And the crowd want the judges' decisions. Judge. This is what they're judging on. It was frenetic stuff, wasn't it? So we'll try and mark DTK taking punishment there, but good style, control damage and aggression. Whipper was aggressive, DTK certainly was, dumping Bernard in the pit, and then pushing Prince of Ore away. DTK for me.
Well, judges have made their decision, and they've gone for DTK! I think that's fair. I would have gone for you, mate.
Yeah.
How'd you feel?
Worse.
You feel all right?
Yeah.
Not too bothered, really. Good laugh, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I love the featherweight ones. You came second. Second is not a disgraceful place to come, is it?
Nope.
Nope. Ladies and gentlemen, please, Whipper! We've seen Daddy Dan Tom Kier.
Yeah.
We've seen Baby Dan Tom Kier. Where's Mummy Dan Tom Kier?
Probably be on the way shortly, I should think. There's a whole family of them at home, so we'll start bringing them out to play.
Are you going to build a middleweight one, do you think?
Yeah, possibly, yeah. There's a little bit more weight to play with. I think we can have a little bit more, sort of like full pressure, almost get it to the same pressure as Daddy, but in a smaller weight class, yeah.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, the finalists, the winners, Dan Tom Kier! Join me after the break when the carnage and chaos continues here on Robot Wars.
Coming up, our second round battles. Firestorm 5, the number 2 seeds against Reptiran the second. And then Ripper with the powerful flipper against Daisy Cutter. Just about anything he can lay its hands on. Welcome back to our final qualifying heat for the series semi-final. Already through, Reptiran the second and Ripper after an aggressive, abrasive battle. Ripper's flipper very powerful and Reptiran's repeated attacks impressive too.
Welcome back to Robot Wars and a heat with a brutally high standard of robot. There's 4 left. Whoever wins tonight is certainly going to have earned it.
Let's remind ourselves of the second round lineup. In a moment, Daisy Cutter against Ripper. First up, Reptiran the second against Firestorm 5. James with them in the pits.
A well-deserved place, a very convincing win for Firestorm in the first round. How are you feeling?
Still a little bit apprehensive. Still want, one fight at a time.
You still get apprehensive at this stage. You are the number 2 seed though, Graham.
That's where the pressure comes from though, isn't it?
A little bit more confidence from you, Hazel?
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Do you know who you're up against?
Up against Raptor on the second.
That's correct.
Yeah.
He is a flipper.
I've never seen them in action, so we'll see how it goes.
How do you face another flipper, though?
It depends how low he is to the ground at the front. We're very low, so if we're lower, then we'll get under and flip them.
How much power exactly do you have? How many horses?
How many horses? About 3.
How much in the flipper?
It'll lift about 170 kilos at the top of the arm when it's flat on the robot.
You going to win?
I'm going to try.
Congratulations, Gordon and Thomas. You are through to the second round. This is for a place in the heat final. How are you feeling right now?
A little bit nervous because I know who I'm fighting.
You do know who you're fighting now. Do you know who you're fighting, Thomas?
Yeah, Firestorm.
Are you scared?
No.
Absolutely not. Why not either?
Well, we know we can beat them. They have a job to flip people out of the arena because their flipper works the opposite way to what most people's do. So if we can get them in the right place, I know we can get them out.
Firestorm 5.
Previous Commonwealth champions, 3 times grand finalists, Graham Bone and Hazel Heslop.
Raptor on the second.
The underdogs here, certainly with no great pedigree. Gordon Townley there at the controls.
Roboteers, stand by.
In the arena for the house robots, we have Sir Killalot with the claw and the lance, Shunt with the bulldozer blades and the axe.
3, 2, 1.
Return the second, the heavier here by 6 kilos. That could have a dramatic effect, but Firestorm 5 getting in underneath. Raptor in the second's ground clearance, 0.4 of a centimetre, but yawning there. Down comes the axe of Shunt. Raptor in the second trying to self-right. Firestorm 5 coming in for the kill. They've got them in the CPZ there. Immediately using their wedge shape to get in underneath Raptor in the second, flip and push into the CPZ, and that's where the house robots play. A worried look on the face of Gordon Townley, the engineer by trade, because Raptor in the second is in deadly peril here in that CPZ. Firestorm 5 trying to nudge it over and out of the arena. They cannot self-right. In comes Firestorm 5 with a flipping arm. Once again, it is a massively powerful flipper. Raptor in the second is on its side. It will not be able to self-right from there. We are moments away, I think, can self-right from there if there is enough pressure left. In the flipper, there isn't. It's teetering on the brink of oblivion. CO2 venting, sparks flying in the arena, and that's the end. Firestorm 5 through to the heat final, and in hugely impressive style. They got them in there. Raptor in the second, venting gases, no power. Firestorm 5 finished them off.
Cease.
Absolutely devastating, totally explosive. Firestorm, the second seeds, they go burning on.
What went wrong, Tom?
All the gas came out the flipper.
All your gas came out the flipper?
Yeah.
So you couldn't really flip them?
No.
And they're the second seeds as well, aren't they?
Yes.
What was the plan? Because they are...
To try and get around the back of them, but they were so quick. They were underneath me before I knew what was happening, so...
They're frighteningly fast, aren't they?
Yes.
Do you think you gave well, you didn't really give a good performance there, really?
Well, we were up against the wall, so we couldn't self-right.
Yeah.
And when we were stuck on our side, and once we're stuck on our side with the flipper up, there's not a lot we can do.
You're right, Tom, you look a bit depressed.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't be too disappointed. He did all right, really.
Yeah.
OK.
Let's hear it then for Raptor on the second.
Is this your year then, or what?
I don't know. I was worried going into that one because it's a good robot.
It is a good robot.
There's a good flipper on it. And just before we went in, I saw that we were a little bit lower at the front than they were. So I thought, right, go head on.
Have you made any modifications this year to the robot, or is it just the same old thing?
It's a brand new body shell, same design obviously, but we've re-plumbed the insides, so the arm activates a little bit faster now, so it's a little bit more powerful.
On a personal note, I heard you just got engaged, haven't you?
That's right.
Are there any modifications you're going to make to him? You won't be able to spend so much time in your shed, will you?
No. That's it. There's things to do in the house then.
You enjoying this year's competition?
Yeah, it's good. It's good to see, well, there's not many of the seeds getting through, so it's good to see the new robots coming on and doing well.
What do you think of the standard of the new robots?
It's a quantum leap from last year. I mean, some of them really are spectacular.
I mean, you're one of the most feared robots in the competition. Surely you must be thinking, I've got to win it sometime.
Odds on. 1 year, if you do it enough years, I might get it.
All right then, ladies and gentlemen, please, great competitors, a great robot. Let's hear it for Firestorm.
So confirmation there that the fiancés, Firestorm 5, are through, and they will meet either Daisy Cutter or Ripper in the final.
What will your tactics be against the flipper?
We'll just try and rip it off them, basically. We've got some nice sharp down points that if it tries to get underneath us, hopefully we'll tear it off them.
Is that the only way you can defend against a flipper? I mean, are they quite difficult to defend against? Because you have got immense spikes.
Once we're spinning, we're very heavily defended.
Yeah.
And it's very difficult to get between the blades.
I noticed that you had a bit of technical difficulties in round 1. What went wrong?
That's right. We had our receiver was failing, and we had to keep resetting the transmitter to reset the computer, and then it started again. So it was just a matter of getting it to the end of the fight, keep it going.
Have you rectified that?
We've got a new receiver in now, and it's all working nice.
You are up against Daisy Cutter.
Yeah, no problems.
Really?
Yeah, no problems at all. We're going to hit him and flip him over.
Really?
In one go.
Daisy Cutter.
A fully outer shell rotating robot for Graham Adams, Simon Parks and Jacqueline Corser.
Ripper.
With its mighty flipper. Very impressive so far. For David and John Finley and Stephen Johnson.
Roboteers, stand by.
In the arena for the house robots, as the two stand eyeball to eyeball, the blinking eye of Sir Killalot and the whirling dervish that is Shunt.
3, 2, 1.
The crowd awaits with bated breath. This has been a fine heat. Look at the size of Ripper. Daisy Cutter already on its side. Now where do they go from there? They have the stainless steel weapons spinning at 1200 RPM, but they need them to help the robot to self-right, otherwise they are pinned into ghastly submission. They tell us it's manoeuvrable, they tell us it's fast, they tell us it's very damaging. What they didn't tell us is that in the second round they would be counted out after the very first thrust from Ripper. What a disappointment. And the Daisy Cutter never bloom. This is going to be one powerful final, I can tell you, and Ripper sets them off the house robot Shunt. Ripper 100 kilos, massive in size, brutish, brave or foolhardy, because will they sustain damage here ahead of the heat final? Should they have been dancing with death in this fashion? Taking on the house robots when you should be thinking of a heat final? Is that wise? Sir Killalot in an embrace with Ripper. The pit will descend, activated by Shunt. And the team that calls themselves the Roaming Robots team will be roaming into the final. Ripper, and looks pensive now and almost sheepish, don't you think? Oops, have I made a mistake? Have I pushed the patience of the house robots too far? Will that cause damage, for example? Fortune favours the brave, they say. Ah, but this is being churlish. They've flipped the ref bot. We have long memories, Ripper. Oh! Something's obviously gone off between Killalot and Refbot in the pits, because he doesn't like him either. Poor Refbot, what's he done to anyone? Shunt has an axe blowing on the Ripper. Sir Killalot's in there as well. It's all gone off. Ripper started it all, we will remember. The Finley boys and Stephen Johnson look on. Ripper through to the heat final. Will we have any robots left to fight in there representing the house? It's all gone a little bit crazy out there. And Sir Killalot has a word. I actually think there's a puncture mark on the side of Ripper if we have a close... Is that what's left, partially left of the ref, but I wonder? Oh, we got a flip in at the end. We had a little bit of revenge. Great fun. Terrific fun. Super timing there. The floor fighting back. The floor strewn with debris, part of which is Daisy Cutter, let's not forget. Beaten in this second round. And I think this is all playing into the hands of Firestorm, you know. They'll be laughing loudest. You wait and see. Mark my words. Fun while it lasted. He who cries last cries longest in Robot Wars.
6. Well, it all ends in tears for Daisy Cutter. Ripper go through, but at what cost? Will the house robots ever forgive them? Let's hear it for Ripper! Well, it was over in seconds, wasn't it?
It was.
What happened?
I blinked.
I know. You didn't really have time to spin up, did you?
No.
And
we were trying to move away, but just didn't get the opportunity.
Yeah, it's the drawback, isn't it, with spinners? You need that time.
Yeah.
And if they get you before you're at full speed, you're in trouble.
Yeah, big trouble.
And they certainly took advantage of that, didn't they?
Did.
Have you enjoyed it, though?
Oh, yeah.
There's not much to say about the fight. It was all over in a matter of seconds. You come back, won't you?
Yep.
How can you get around the fact that you do need that time to spin up?
Run away.
Run away, that's the idea. Run away until you're spinning.
Yeah.
And then...
Don't crawl away. Run away.
Yeah, you didn't seem that fast at the start.
You didn't move too quick enough.
No.
Yeah.
All right, guys, never mind. Let's hear it for Daisy Cutter! What do you reckon?
It had to be done. Had to be done.
The house robots are never going to forgive that, though.
No, I think that was a bad move, actually.
The thing is, I mean, you took them all out, really. It wasn't the house robots that got you, it was the arena floor.
That's right, we didn't think about that.
Yeah, the flipper flipped you over.
That's right.
But quite devastating robot, really, isn't it?
It's good. It's all titanium.
Yeah.
And that's the first real time it's actually worked.
Yeah. And titanium, it's very strong.
Very strong.
So you're not really scared of the spinners?
Not really. We can take a hit. But we had to flip him over straight away.
What about Firestorm, though?
Another kettle of fish.
I know, because this is some robot.
That's right.
It's fast.
Very fast.
It's strong.
That's right.
They're very experienced. He's a great driver.
Well, we'll be better. We'll be better.
You'll be better. I like a bit of confidence. We've got quite a strong fan base now. They love the house robots getting taken apart.
Yes.
So, what are you going to do? I mean, the plan in the final, CPZs and all that. You're going to try and sort of get Firestorm into the CPZ so that
they're not going in the CPZs, they're going out the arena.
Because you don't want to go anywhere near the CPZ.
No. So when we go out if we go out this competition, we're going out in bin bags, I think now.
Okay, you are a marked robot now.
Yes.
All right. Well, enjoy it. It's all good fun, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear it for Ripper.
Something for you, lads and lasses. There is your flower back.
Have a present.
Thank you very much. That was very quick for you. They said they had to get you before you got up to speed, and that's what they certainly did.
Yeah, we're a bit slow off the mark and paid the price, but kind of inexperienced, I guess. It's our first war, so that won't happen again.
Did you enjoy seeing the house robots go over?
It saved us.
Join me after the break when Firestorm 5 take on Ripper head-to-head in what promises to be a devastating encounter.
What a terrific heat final to come after the break. Two immensely powerful flippers and the driving force that is Firestorm 5 defending their number 2 status against the new boys, Ripper. Welcome back to the last of our qualifying heat finals, featuring Firestorm 5, who disposed of Raptor in the second in round 2, and Ripper, who thrust away past Daisy Cutter and then took on the House Robots. But at what damage, I wonder?
Welcome back to Robot Wars, where 8 robots have been bashed down to 2. Yeah, it's final time, and it's promising to be an absolute belter.
Terrific final, Craig. Ripper against Firestorm 5. I don't know who I tip here. It's going to be very close.
All through to the final. How are you feeling?
Always nervous again. Especially even more now we know the House Robots are on our back.
Now, you are up against a mighty opponent. Do you
we
think you can take them out?
Depends who gets the first flip. If we can get alongside them and get a flip on, then keep on top of them, then we can.
A lot of seats have gone out. Are you going to take them down?
We hope so.
Hazel and Graham, heat final here.
Yep.
How are you feeling?
It's a nasty flipper.
They are a nasty flipper. They
Yeah.
did some damage last time to the House
They did.
Robots. I
They
don't know if
did.
you saw that.
Yes, we did.
They're aggressive. They're strong.
They're a good robot.
They want to take you down.
Yeah, they do. I think again it's going to get down to basically who's the lowest on the ground. So if we can get straight under, then we should stand a good chance.
They're strong. They're fast, but you're very strong yourselves.
I'm fast, so it's probably very evenly matched.
Battle of the Flippers then.
Battle of the Flippers.
Battle of the Flippers in the final. Good
Should
luck,
be
you
interesting.
two.
So this is for the very last place in our series semi-finals. And they both want it so bad they can taste it. Prepare yourselves. This is the heat final!
Firestorm 5.
Perhaps their wedding carriage, a Firestorm made for 2, Graham Bone and Hazel Heslop.
Ripper.
The team from Nottingham, John and David Finley and Stephen Johnson.
Roboteers, stand by.
Sir Killalot is in the arena for the House Robots, the Pincer and the Lance, and Matilda with the tusks and the flywheel.
2, 1.
This to clinch the very last place available for the series semi-finals in the 7th Wars, and Firestorm 5 immediately on the attack and in underneath Ripper. And Ripper upended. And I'm not too sure whether they'll be able to self-right from there. If Firestorm 5 simply backs away and leaves them, Ripper will be beaten. It'll be very boring, mind you. Go on, get in. Put them back down so they can fight again. Might be daft, might be foolhardy, but it makes good Robot Wars 7th Wars action, and that's what we're here to see. Well done, Firestorm 5, getting into the drama of things. I hope they win after all this. Firestorm 5 against Ripper. I hope Ripper gets its big thrusting flipper working as well, because we haven't really seen it, or are they just waiting their moment like that? But they missed. And Firestorm 5 gets in underneath again, and they hit. That's the difference in experience between the two, perhaps. Firestorm 5 have them pinned up there on the arena side wall. And I don't think Ripper will come back down this time. John Finley at the controls as Graham and Hazel look on. Job done. Twice in Robot Wars, the 5th and 6th series, they have finished twice. What's happened to the count? What on earth? Refbot? What have you gone? Euro? I don't know. 28, 29, 10? He's gone daft. Firestorm 5 are the winners. And Ripper out of the arena. A wry smile on the face of a very, very good roboteer.
Cease.
Well, the Ripper with the flipper, done up like a kipper. Firestorm burn through to the series semi-finals. Firestorm, second seeds.
Very good robot. But then again, so are you.
Yeah, we took damage in the last when we foolishly attacked the house robots.
You see?
And our scoot wasn't flat when we went in there, so we knew that we were on the back foot.
Yeah.
Because he's on the ground at the front. So.
He's very low at the front, isn't he?
That's right.
You couldn't seem to get under him. But you didn't seem to have that many opportunities to get under him anyway.
No, he's a very good driver, very experienced.
He's slippery, isn't he?
Very. And we're still learning.
Yeah, you are new boys. He's developing a nasty streak as well, isn't he?
He is.
See the way he just tipped you over there at the end?
He saved us from the house robots, I think.
They could have come and gave you a mauling, I suppose.
That's right, yeah. We're grateful for that.
He was being cruel to be kind.
That's right, yeah.
You did well. You got to the heat final.
That's right.
We're pleased with it.
Yeah.
We're pleased.
Well, I mean, it's a great sort of showing, isn't it?
That's right. We've got a year now to make it good.
How are you going to build on from here?
Get a lower scoop.
Get a lower scoop?
Him next time. That's right.
But anyway, we've enjoyed having you. It's nice to have new blood, and I tell you what, you've caused a storm here. There's been people quaking. People are happy to avoid you.
No, we'll be back.
And you went out to the second seed. There's no shame in that.
That's right, that's right.
No shame in that. Ladies and gentlemen, please, what fantastic roboteers. Let's hear it for Ripper! I was saying he's developing a nasty streak. And you're going to marry him? I know. He changes. Because you used to be too gentle for the sport, didn't you? You never used to like to hit the robots once they were disabled or disarmed or immobilised.
There was a time when I left them when they were just up on the back, but it doesn't make a very good show, does it?
It doesn't, no. And we said, get stuck in, and now we're trying to hold you back. Second seeds, they're a good robot.
A very good robot, yeah.
Were you nervous about what they could do to you?
It's an awesome flipper.
Yeah.
When you saw what they did to the house robots, and it was very scary.
Well, we were thinking, Firestorm, we could be unlucky again.
Yeah.
But your driving is excellent, and you kept away from that flipper all the time.
That was the plan. I was trying to keep away from Matilda as well, because I don't like that tail.
So, you're through to the series, semis. You've been there before. It holds no fear for you guys. Do you think you can win the competition?
Like you said, there's a lot of good robots out there.
There are.
We'll see who we get drawn with first, before we make any more further comments.
Ladies and gentlemen, a brilliant robot, great roboteers. Raise the roof for Firestorm! They seem such a lovely couple, but no one ignores the damage they cause on Robot Wars. Bye-bye.
Coming next time, it's the first of our semi-finals, featuring Raging Nightmare, Tornado, Dan Tom Kia, and Gravity from Holland, St Agro, Exterminator, Tough as Nails from the Netherlands, and Bulldog Breed.
Celebrities doing their bit for charity and proving they can be pointless along the way. Next here on Challenge. Next on Pick, it's Stargate SG-1.